courts how long for people to throw those lawsuits together, and it took the courts time to get those agendas on the docket. But meantime, he really pounced fast and hard and got a lot of the things he wanted his way, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Before they could slow him down. It was such a good gimmick. I love everything he's done.
Well, I'm thinking about becoming bi-coastal. Like, is it okay if I move to your house after Thanksgiving and then leave your house June 1st and come back?
Sure.
It's too cold here in the winter. I'm so sick of it. And it's so nice starting right now, June 1st, really. It's like the whole city comes alive, and it's just miserable from Thanksgiving to, May 1st, basically. It's a lot of months. It's November, it's December, January, February, March, April. That's 6 months out of the year. It's just terrible.
That's funny. You're the same age range when I left there. I think I was 44. I had it with the weather too. And the upkeep on the bricks, the tuck pointing, and having to mow the grass every week during the summer. Water. Yeah, it got to be very expensive living there. I'm glad I lived here. I love my new little house. It's little, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, you got a nice house there.
I painted the patio, the front one and the back one. Today I painted a quarter of a sheet of plywood to see if I'll like to paint that garage door that color. I have to look at for a few days, get some opinions from neighbors. And today I had a Hispanic guy that was putting up cinder block, and I asked him to come pour a pad for my air conditioning condenser to go on. $150.
Well, I had that burst pipes in the coach house, so that repair is going to cost me a pretty penny. Maybe not as much as I was originally quoted, but probably like at least $1,000.
Well, what they do is they cut out where the burst was,
Mm-hmm.
so it might be an inch or two cut. Then they put a coupling on that. It's a real fast and easy deal.
Yeah.
You'll have to shut the water off to the building, so you might want to time that. Oh, you don't have anybody else living there anyway, right?
No, but see, that house is in the back, so in terms of like garnishment, I bet you the lawyer and the judge don't even know that there's a coach house back there. So I don't want to Airbnb it. I want to get a full-time tenant who's going to stay for years, because I can't afford the gas and the electric in the winter if nobody's there, because it's just, everything is so expensive that.
Oh yeah, and you need it on.
Yeah, it's got to be on, because I fucked up last winter. I just out and wasn't thinking about it, and I'm like a dumbass. I'm like, I'll be fine. No, it wasn't fine.
That's not where that break is. Where was it?
We had to open up the drywall, and it was the water. It was multiple places. It wasn't just one place. The ice, the freeze busted a lot of it, and the piping was very old. So we're about halfway finished. We just have we're just halfway finished. We got probably one more leak and some kind of obstruction, but it could have been the hot water tank. There's like a valve that broke, and hopefully the whole tank isn't damaged from the freeze. It seems to be running, because I just got the gas turned on and the electric turned on in the unit. We can't do the repair without the hot water tank running.
Really?
Yeah. Because it might be broken. But anyways.
The cold water is coming in hot water tank.
No, the cold water goes into the hot water tank from the main
Right.
water supply. Yeah.
Right. Right. So you have to have it on so they can find the leak.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Pain in the ass. I'm a dumbass. I should have.
How
First
you
of
gonna
all, I should have drained all the
advertise
water.
that unit?
Craigslist, a couple other places, Zillow. You know, there's a couple places, but I'm probably going to get like a temporary telephone number because I don't want to, say, hey, call John at this number. I want to like make it look, and I might not even use the address. I might just say Coach House, Jefferson Park.
I got an idea. You don't have to have a 312 number, right? Because if you were an out-of-state owner, but you live there now, you could have them call me, and I'll have them call, and then I'll
Don't
give
bother.
them your number.
Don't bother. You know how much time? You know how many calls you get? You get hundreds. I mean, it's insane, and you just force them all to do the credit check. I probably won't even do an opening because so many people are so unqualified that 90% of all the people you have to communicate with is a total waste of time. So if you want to see the unit, you have to pay the $15 to upload your application and get your credit pulled. I mean, you got to be vicious with these people because as you know, people want to tell you their whole life story and why this apartment is, perfect for them. And it's like, I don't give a shit. It's like, all I care about is your statistics, your credit score.
Right.
That's it. And your income statement or your verified assets. It's like, and they have open houses here. There's lines around the block, Mom, to rent apartments here in Chicago. Like, there's a major housing crisis here. There's not enough inventory.
Well, you also want to ask if they smoke on the application. Because in the morning, when you meet with them at 8 o'clock in the morning, you don't let them take it out to 2 in the afternoon, to 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. If they can show up at 8 o'clock, they are responsible people that go to work on a set scheduled time. And if you smell smoke on their breath in the morning, it's early hour, 8 o'clock, you know they've been smoking. And if they can't make it at 8 o'clock, you know they were out drinking the night before.
Well, hopefully.
They don't know that you're, that's a very smart move.
Yeah. The last guy was a smoker, and it was so freaking annoying. I had to close my windows because he'd sit in the front and smoke a cigarette. But in terms of like my anger management, I was really good because like if they're giving me $1,500 a month and they're consistently paying on time, and they're not causing major problems, I was like, I can live with some guy, some stupid loser who wants to smoke cigarettes all day long and kill himself.
No, you don't want people smoking in your unit because then nobody else will run.
No, of course not. No. I don't like smokers. Yeah, no pets. The problem is the last girl, that's the problem. Then they, and then what are you going to do? It's like, I'm going to have to evict you now. Yeah, we're not leaving. I read about this guy who literally moved in with the squatters.
If a pet shows up, you got 30 days.
Yeah.
Tell them up front.
Yeah. I mean, it's annoying. Then I got to clean up their dog poop. Then they got dog toys in the lawn. The next thing you know, it's just, the thing is, you can't really, I don't want to let the stress of a tenant like get to me. So it's like you kind of let it go. And, there's certain expectations, but, I mean, I don't have to pay property taxes on this place, and it's a huge blessing because that's $15,000 a year. Over 10 years, it's gonna be like property taxes here are only going up, and it's unaffordable. Like if I'm not even working, and I'm actually able to stay afloat by not even working and just collect this VA money, but.
What do you think? I got an idea for you. What do you think if you let a property manager live in one of the units?
No way. It just won't work.
She gets a discount discounted rent. Well, maybe still make her pay only
No,
$1,000.
Mom, I got to be in control. The whole thing all got to come to me. I got to be responsible for the whole place. There's no middleman. It's not a big property. It's impossible to use a middleman. And I wouldn't want to use a middleman.
Thinking that it's not, I don't know, I was thinking it's one way to finagle those lawyers.
There's no finagling anything. The lawyers got me by the balls, but unfortunately, there's nothing they can do because I don't have any income. And they're multimillionaires. Like, what are they going to do? Like, try to collect my $750 rent from some person in the basement? They can only go so far, and they can't get that far into it because it's just not even worth their time. So hopefully they've just gone away, and hopefully I can go to them not too long from now and say, I ain't going back to work. You ain't never going to get another dime out of me, and I will miss you till the day I die. But I am willing to settle this for $10,000. Can we make a deal? And if he says no, fuck you, I'll say, okay, fine, fuck you too. Bye. Good luck getting nothing. If he wants a $10,000 check on a Monday, I can make it happen. But if there's no wiggle room, and there's what am I going to do? The thing is, my life isn't going to change even if I go back and I start working. I'm still stuck at this house. My standard of living doesn't get much better. I take the train to work. It's like all the crying and complaining and this and that, and then you gotta get a lawyer. You pay this lawyer that. They don't do anything, and nothing gets settled. Nothing's been resolved. It's like there's no point to do anything.
Let me tell you, if you had that ever happen to you, I wonder what your outlook would be about going to work 5 days a week.
I want to go to work. I want the money. I need them. I want a standard of living. I want to go on vacations. I want to have a nice car. I want to have nice clothes. I want to pay the bills. But like, holy crap! This is a $300,000. This is like getting a doctorate. It's like owning a house that I got nothing for. And these people think that I'm gonna go to work so I can put $1,000 in their pocket for the rest of my freaking life for the next what is it, 320 months? It's like these people, lawyers have a life wild. It's wild. This doesn't show up on my credit report.
When lawyers change jobs, you're not the lawyer on that case anymore.
Yeah. Well, these lawyers might be on the verge of retiring. The lawyer who sued me, and the judge might be on the verge of retiring. Like they'll just pass it to the new lawyer who comes in, and then they can start the whole thing over again. This is like a forever debt. Only way out is Chapter 13 or 7. 7's total liquidation. 13 is a monthly repayment plan for 3 to 5 years, which is possible that I could do that, but then it's like a full-on forensic accounting. Like, how much did you get in rental income this month? How much was in your pay? Like, and you have to pay the absolute maximum according to the law, which leaves you with nothing, absolutely nothing, just enough to pay your bills, and that's it. And then the maximum contribution goes to repaying the bank. So it's I'm in a pinch.
What do people do? What do people do in cases like that? Have you ever looked up that?
All the YouTube stuff I saw is people said, do not file Chapter 13. It's a waste of your time. They said file Chapter 7 and be done with it. Because when you do 13, if you lose your job, then you lose the structure of the settlement. There's a chance that the judge will at some point not even honor the Chapter 13 anymore, and then they'll force you into it anyways. So they have all these videos of people saying, I wish I never filed Chapter 13. It was a huge waste of time. It cost me more money, more grief. So 7 would mean I have to liquidate the building, and then they would get the equity in the property. But I will never get a 2.3% mortgage ever again. And the fact that I don't pay property taxes, I would be crazy to give up the most important thing that anybody ever owns in their life, which is their house. This is a once in a lifetime. I know, but this I can live and die here. I can live and die here, and I can't, if I move into another apartment, it's the rent is up. It's just not. At least I can control more things by staying here. But just not having that nice income is stressful.
Oh man, you're making more money than I am each month.
I know, isn't that wild?
Of course, I pay more. That's the only difference. But I pay $3,000 a year in property taxes, which I should be able to float. It's not going to be fun. It's the most expensive property tax I've ever paid. No loss I got was up to $4,000. That's one reason I got rid of that one, because that would mean I'd have to let a tenant rent for 4 months free just to get the property taxes paid.
Yeah.
Plus they have to put up with they have to pay their utilities.
Well, I got a girl that just moved in from Airbnb, and she complained on Airbnb because the queen mattress was an air mattress and not a regular mattress. So my mattress down into the unit, and she's satisfied. And so I bought myself a king size mattress, and now I'm waiting for the bed frame.
I had a tenant leave me a queen size mattress. How do you like that one? That was pretty cool, and he only stayed there about 3 months, and then they fired him at UNM because he came in as like a psychiatrist, psychologist, I don't know, one or the other.